Well, hey, babe. What's going on, everybody? Please let me know down in the chat that you guys can hear me without issue. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, honey. Happy Sunday. Girl. Girl, the weekend was a bit dry. Was it just me or what? The weekend was dry. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let me go back over here, child. Good morning, everybody. What is going on this Sunday, girl? How is everybody doing over here? Girl, I hope this thing don't fall. Hope y'all don't hear my loud laptop, child. Let me get back over here and see who we got over here in the chat. Everybody, as you come into the video, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button for your girl. If you have yet to do so, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. It wasn't a whole lot that took place on Marry Me Now, but you know, I'm going to talk about that as we get more people to come on into the room. Now, Love and Marriage Huntsville did not come on last night. Well, they gave us like the background stuff with Marcel and Tisha. I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't even watched it, okay? It's pretty much a special that's gonna regurgitate everything that we've already seen. So I really didn't think it was a need to really watch it for real. But I did upload a video of you guys from Miss Kiki's live from last night. I was watching her live last night, okay? I think Kiki is very well spoken. You know what I'm saying? I think she's very well spoken. So we'll see what else she's going to give to the rest of the season, okay? And her clearing up a few things when it comes to Miss Wanda and whatnot. Yeah. So, okay, what's going on, everybody? What's up in Aries? Okay, what's up, Yinda, Amina, Kesia, Roos? What's up? It's quite a few of you guys over here. What's up, Naturally Mark? Good morning, y'all. Please make sure you hit that like button on your way in. That is right. What's up, everybody? Okay, so I'm not the only person that felt like this weekend was dry AF. It was very dry. So let's go ahead and just run along through Marry Me Now. Okay, this time we actually got our first gay couple or whatever, lesbian couple or whatnot, Trinice and Mo. What's interesting about them is that they've been together for about 6 months, 6 to 7 months. And because of that, she decided that she wants to sit up here and get married to this woman. And I'm like, well, it worked for some people it don't. I mean, I guess you got to get in it to see if it's gonna work or see if it ain't, child. Either way, honey, good luck. Okay, what else? So she says that she got her girl thinking that they're about to do like a car show or something like that. That's not what they're doing. This girl is planning a whole proposal and a wedding. Okay, now she does have a son. Now initially when she was younger, she had a girlfriend. Things didn't work out. She ended up getting a boyfriend where she ended up getting a child from that relationship. Right? She said she didn't get in any like same-sex relationships because she didn't want to confuse her child or something like that. So she just waited until a later time. And I think he's like 17. So when she got in this relationship with this woman, Mo, she ended up letting her son know. And then he was just like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy for you. Whatever you want to do, as long as you're happy, I'm in full support of it. All of that. Okay. So I think that is a good thing that if the son is happy and the mama is happy at the end of the day, it's whatever. All right. What else? Trinice. What's interesting is that Trinice's mama don't really want no relationship with her. I think it's because of her sexuality, to be honest. But some part of me felt like it's probably more than just that. They probably just have a very toxic relationship, okay? And maybe her sexuality is just like an icing on the cake. So they don't have really good relationships. But Mo and her mama have a really great relationship. Really, really great relationship. And she's willing to be like a second mom to Trinice. And I know that kind of affects her a lot when she's around her girl and her mama, and she gets to see how much her mama loves on her and support on her. But her mama, Trinice's mama, don't like, that sucks. Her daddy is supportive. Now, at one point, her dad was not supportive, but he grew. Okay. He grew. He's very supportive of her. And he's realizing that it's not my choice of what I want for her. It's more so about what it is that she wants for herself. And I got to respect that because she grown. Okay. She grown. And he says that's one thing that her mom battles with. She battles with her idea of what she wants for her children versus the idea of what it is that they want for themselves and making their own decisions. This is a grown-ass woman with a child that can have a grandchild at any moment. Okay. And that'll be what? Your great grandchild. And you sitting over here like, ma'am, cool it down. Okay. But y'all know how some older people are, not all, but some, they be stuck in their ways, girl, and it ain't nothing from somebody finna tell me to, change my ways up. So that's where they at with that. You think so? You think so, Ruth? Ruth says that baby lesbians be so quick to marry. LOL. I didn't know that. They move fast. Oh wow! I didn't know. Oh, girl, I'm seeing a lot of this in the chat now. I didn't know they'd be moving quick like that. No, I did not know that. Oh, now I mean, I have heard quite a few people talk about how the gays be thoughts out here in these streets now. That's what they say, but I don't know. I don't know a whole lot. I just know what the people be out here saying. So I mean, either way, whatever floats your boat, girl. Good luck. Okay. What else ended up happening? She did reach out to her mama via text message. Mama ignored her, like, girl, I don't give about none of this stuff you talking about. Don't hit me up. Don't come talk to me. I don't care. All right. She does tell her dad. Her dad is in support of it, but not really, because regardless of whether it's a woman or not, it's just more so, dang, again, you've only known this person for a few months. Are you sure this is something that you want to do? Like, I don't know. Because no parent want to see their child get their heart broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be happy, but I don't want this to, break your heart a few years down the road. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that. But if that's what you want to do, I can't stand in your way. So I'm going to support. Okay. He also talks about the mama and how he's going to try to have a conversation with her as well. Because he says he's been talking to her, trying to get her to see, like, this is not your life, it's your child's life. So he's going to continue to try to have a conversation with the mama. What else happened? At the end of the day, she went around telling people, the girl mama and other folks, other family and friends, that she is indeed going to get married to this girl. And that is something that she followed through with. Okay. She had a beautiful dress. She had a dress that got made with like crystals or diamonds or whatever all over it. I thought it looked really nice. Okay. It just wasn't given a basic dress like some of the other ladies gave for a 3-day wedding. So I'm like, how far in advance do they know that they're going to be filming and when they're scheduled and set to film? I'm wondering, because I'm like, girl had a whole time to get her dress made. So I'm like, did she do this in 3 days? Did she do it within a week? Just wondering about that. But either way, this girl got it done. Cute dress. She walked out there in the dress, and I felt like that dress truly gave it away. Her girlfriend ended up crying because I think she knew what was about to go down. This girl ended up proposing to her. She didn't propose. She just said, hey, you want to get married? I don't know. I didn't really like how she went about doing stuff. And then when she got up there to the altar, I said, hi. I'm like, girl, what is all this awkwardness that you're giving to the people in this moment? Like, is this your excited face or what the hell is happening? Like, I don't know. Her responses and reactions to things, I was just like, okay, I guess. Anyway, so of course the fiance, Mo, did say yes. So they are indeed going to get married. The son took it very well, picked out the rings and everything. So all of that was good. I actually thought the wedding looked really nice. All of the flowers, all of that, putting everything together. I said, okay, that's cute. I like the small, intimate. Like, I don't have to have no big old, huge, fancy, all of this. It was cute. I think I like last week's wedding best, but this week's wedding was nice. But I think last week's wedding definitely won for me. What else? Oh, that was it. Okay. They got married. Everything was all in well. They moving on with their life. But she did see her mama at the church. And she said they didn't speak to each other when they did see each other at church. So that sucks. And what's also sad is because she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, that means her son also does not have a good relationship with his grandma. So she said she can't recall the last time her mama saw her child. Whew. Girl, what kind of stuck in your ways are you? I wish they'd send them out covered up or different dresses. Me too. I wish they would as well. Why you got them walking out there in these dresses, especially dresses with trains that's dragging on the ground? That's so much of a problem to me. So much of a problem to me. And I'm wondering, this host, I didn't look at like the credits enough to know, like, are you the executive producer? I've never seen her before, but she does kind of remind me of Egypt Sherrod. She does remind me of her, but I'm just wondering, like, who are you? Like, were you a creator of this show, which is why you're the quote unquote life coach or whatnot? I'm not really sure of her overall credentials, but I was just wondering. I know lesbians move fast from Chrissy, who's on the Read podcast. LOL. Oh, I'm not familiar. They do at the end of the day, that is still your child, no matter their sexual orientation. Agreed, 1000%. They do and begin divorce fast too. Yikes, help America. Help America. They are not helping America with the divorce rates. They're only increasing. Oh my. Oh my. Give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all. All right, let's see here. Let me go back. All right, y'all. So that was, a quick little, cute little 12, 8-minute, whatever, girl, convo about this show, Marry Me Now. The best show that they had, the best episode, and of course, because it was drama, was when Mel Quinn Mama was on there and she was showing her R's, right? That was about the best episode that they had so far, but, it is what it is. So, yeah, wow, that's your family. You're that stubborn that you would basically disown your family because you don't like something. Exactly. Disown your child just because you don't like something? I guess, honey. I just hope she don't get to a place where she gonna be too sick when she get old and need that same child to look after her and take care of her. Hello? But either way, girl, y'all know how I feel. Good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, okay? Yeah, this review not gonna be that long, okay? Because we don't have Love and Marriage Huntsville. So let's go ahead and talk about Put a Ring on It. Okay, so Otis, y'all know Otis on last week's episode. Otis decided that he was gonna DM. What's that girl name? Milan. He DM'd Milan. He decided that that was gonna be the time he was gonna be open and honest about him DMing this woman, girl. He really did that, and I said this last week because he wanted to see. Number one, he wanted to get a reaction out of Charlie, and number two, he also wanted to get a reaction out of Charlie. He also, with that reaction, he wanted Dr. Nicole to get on Charlie's ass and stop being on his the whole time. That's what that was about. Okay. Now Charlie is pissed at this point. Miss Girl is ready to get the hell on. She's ready to go. I am so. Give me one. All right, there we go. I am so tickled at the fact that she's ready to go. So when Dr. Nicole trying to talk to her, she really ain't trying to have no conversation. She like, nope, I don't want to talk. Let me go. I'm on my way out. So she also says that he's embarrassed her enough. So she really pissed off. I can't tell her not to be pissed off. But Dr. Nicole wants her to allow him to be himself completely throughout this process so that she can see exactly how it is that he moving, so she can see exactly who it is that she's dealing with. All right. Because you cannot control nobody's actions. Okay. You can't control their actions. You only can let them move how they gonna move. And based on your values, your standards and everything, if they're not aligning with what it is you got going on, then you can make that decision to go ahead and walk away and peace out. All right. So that's what Dr. Nicole was trying to let her know. But I don't know if anybody caught this. The whole time Dr. Nicole was up there talking to Charlie, Shea's face was giving bullshit. That's what it was giving. She's over, honestly, Dr. Nicole and this advice, but I feel like Shea brings a lot of turmoil to herself for absolutely no reason. What else happened? I think that was pretty much it with them. Otis is insecure and childish. I don't understand what Otis is, child. I'm sure those are the things, but it's not all adding up, because if it is indeed insecurity and childish, why would you want to throw being controlling in that as well? That's sad. Otis decided to do that on camera to get Charlie's reaction 1000%. Okay. And Charlie said, you got me effed up. She was not playing with him. You got me effed up. Okay. And I was here for Charlie this whole episode because Charlie looked good. I said, come on, Charlie. I said, Charlie, fine. You better walk out the house in that dress. Like, what was it? Okay. Excuse me. Otis was pressed though. So what else happened? So speaking of Shea, as we saw the facial expressions that she was over here giving to Dr. Nicole, like, girl, shut up. Like, anyway, you always trying to come with a counter offer and we not really trying to hear it, right? So she asked him, she wanted to speak on the date. Y'all, Shay's so foolish. Shea, dear heart, girl, you so foolish. So Shea speaks on the date and how he didn't speak when he came in. And that bothers me as a viewer, because I feel like when you come in, y'all on separate dates, y'all don't necessarily have to speak to each other. Okay, just be on your date. Why do you need him so bad to say, oh, hey, how you doing? Now, granted, okay, I mean, whenever you walk in a room, I mean, when you see folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how y'all doing or whatever like that. But girl, this is a restaurant. he got to speak to you. You'll be all right. But anyway, so she felt a way about him not acknowledging her, because that's what that's about. It really made her feel a way, because I think it triggered something in her to make her reflect back to how his family doesn't acknowledge her, and he doesn't acknowledge the fact that the family don't acknowledge her. Right. So I think it was like a little trigger for Shea. Shea tells the story as though it was the woman's fault that they were about to fight. So I'm saying, I was over there talking, and they had came in or whatever like that, and then she want to get rowdy, you know what I'm saying? And I am never a person to back down from a fight. That is just not me. I said, so you finna sit your ass up here and really had this lady thinking that the other girl was just trying to fight you out of nowhere? I said, whatever, Shay. I'm glad we have cameras to prove what really was going on. Okay, so then Shay says that, well, she goes on she pretty much goes on this rant, speaking on the incident about him coming into the restaurant, not acknowledging her, Miss Girl about to fight her, and then talked about, like, I mean, in this moment, I'm there with my spouse. That's another thing that bothered me, Shay. You technically were not there with your spouse. You weren't there with him. You just weren't. Okay, you were on a date. You didn't come in that venue with him. Okay, 2 different days. I'm there with my spouse, and then Miss Dr. Nicole said, spouse, Shay, yes, that's my spouse. Shay, that's not how that works, right? No, you do know that's not how that works, right? Well, it works like that to me. And as soon as she said that, I said, and that's why you always get what you get. That's why you always get your feelings hurt. And then Dr. Nicole just let it blurt on out her mouth. And I said, yes, give it to her. Okay. Dr. Nicole tells her that it's a setup for failure to call this man your spouse when he ain't, because it also sets these false expectations of how you think that he's supposed to act and how he's supposed to respond. And for me, it just made me feel like when y'all get married, it's going to be even more worse. Because you're going to be like, as a husband, you should this. And as a husband, you should that. And as a husband, da-da-da-da. And it's like, but as your man, a long time ago, he was already showing you how he was going to operate. And you still decided to go ahead and marry this man. Yikes. What y'all said over here? I saw somebody mention Dr. Nicole. Oh, okay. I see now. Right, exactly. Shay's definition of spouse shows us that she is living in an alternative reality. Exactly. They are not married. Shay, no ma'am. Okay. It don't work like that, boo-boo. You making a fool of yourself. 1000%. 1000. That's how I see it. That is my spouse. We are here together because we are working together to be married. That's what we're doing here. Okay, but y'all, except for y'all not married, though, that's the problem. Okay. And you got Dr. Nicole over here. Well, girl, I'm over here trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you get to where it is I think you're trying to go, which is to be married. But all of the things that you're doing and the actions, girl, it's not getting down that road. And the fact that you've already created in your head that this man is technically your husband or whatever, you set up certain expectations of how you want him to operate. And he don't see it. That's the other thing that's giving her so much friction. Whatever she has in her head of them being a spouse, he doesn't see that. So that's also creating a lot of friction because you want him to follow down a certain path that he feels he shouldn't have to follow down because you're not his wife. You see what I'm saying? But you would want him to, knowing that that's a road that he would want to embark on with you at some point. But yeah, what else happened? Dr. Nicole tells her that she sets up expectations in so many words, they end up getting her feelings hurt. Okay. Shay says she wants him to stop laughing because I think she said, well, what do you want out of this process? She said, I want him to stop laughing. He was like, okay, boom, it's gone. She was like, see, that's what he always thinks it's a joke. And I said, but you the one laughing. Like, what did he do? He ain't doing that. Like, he just said, now granted, he could have not said that statement, but you over here like, he just... That's why y'all don't get nothing accomplished because you be laughing at everything that he do. That's what it is. You be laughing at everything he do. What else? She says, I want him to take the relationship and the process serious. And I'm like, Shay, you don't even take this process serious. From when you walking out that door, first of all, the lady being in your house, you telling her to button up her shirt. She go and sit in your seat. You knocking on the window like, you just gonna sit in my seat. How else the hell she finna get there? Like, just doing the most. Then you come in there ruining dates. And the real reason you ruined that date was because you didn't want to see him on one. So you was gonna make an issue out of something, period. Like, that was just your end goal. What else ended up happening? She also says that he's selfish and he depletes her emotionally. And for me, as I look at it, I'm like, well, if he depletes you emotionally so much, then why don't you just go ahead and leave out of the relationship? You don't have to be there. Okay. So that was pretty much everything that happened with Shea and Fonzo. Okay. Michelle says everything is funny to Alfonso and Shea. Right. Everything is funny to both of y'all nuts. Girl, I ain't got time for the people. Give me 1 second. Can I switch it? All right. Yeah, so that was pretty much everything that happened. Remember, Shea said they have been dating 10 years. I don't. I don't remember. 10 years? I missed it. Okay, because the issue be Fonzo was smashing Shea while he was still with baby mama, and that's why he don't bring her around his mama. I could definitely see that he could have been smashing baby mama, because I believe he did mention that he was seeing other people when he and Shea first started dating. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible. It's possible. It's possible he was with the baby mama, but I just still feel like that's effed up to me. That's effed up to me that the mama still don't want her to come around. Like, that's just, I guess, girl. I guess. I mean, he could have been smashing her and she going on trips and stuff, but I mean, like, the mama don't even want you around, girl. I don't know. They probably still in a relationship trial. Does she call him her spouse because they had a wedding ceremony? That whole story is strange. Oh, yes. I forgot about that. That could be why, girl. That could be why. Because they had that whole ceremony over in Las Vegas. And when they went down to, I guess, like the courthouse to do the paperwork, they didn't have the official signature from the person out there in Vegas. And then after that, because they couldn't officially be married on paper, I think that's when they decided to go back and do the engagement party or something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. Y'all could have a point there now. Shea is in love with the idea of a relationship with Fonzo. She's probably never going to achieve whatever vision she has for them. Shea subconsciously ruins everything with Fonzo because she knows if she lets him do what he wants, she'll be hurt by his actions and look even crazier when she takes him back. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, y'all. Yeah, so I mean, maybe that's why, going back to Capricorn, Moon God is like that. I mean, that could be why, honey. That could very much so be why she called him the spouse. I don't know. Let's keep going. Kenneth, when it all came down to it, and it came down to like the dates. Kenneth said he did not want another date with old girl. Shorty says she wanted another date with her dude though. Okay, Kenneth needs, she also says that Kenneth needs someone that he's really attracted to, that he can give a chance to. Did y'all hear what is that Shorty had to say? This woman does not like this man. Ain't nobody finna tell me nothing different. I don't care what y'all. This woman does not like this man, and she wants to be rid of this man very, very, very soon. Very, very soon. Okay. It's the clowning him for me. She ain't into him. I think Shorty may resent Kenneth. I think she's at a place where she may resent him, and she also could possibly resent herself a little bit for continuing to go along and deal. And she's tried to get herself out of this relationship, but he just be there hanging on, stalking, high key. Okay. Every single couple this season is unlikable. Yo, hilarious. Kenneth is aggravating. I think that dude will protect Shorty if he's who she chooses. Oh, you're talking about the other dude, the other guy that she's gonna go sit down with. She don't like that, and and the show to get rid. Oh, you saying she don't like him, and she came on the show to get rid of him? Yeah, she definitely doesn't like him. He's not reading the room, child. He can't read the room because he's too busy reading her damn bank statements. I hate it. It's hard to watch Shorty be so mean. I get why she's that way, but she should just leave. I don't think she can, though. That's what she said when she went out with Hollywood. When she's left the relationship on more than one occasion, when she's even moved to a new spot, he was out there hanging out in her new spot. So either she giving him the address or something, or he's literally stalking her every move, and probably ain't got to do too much because he probably got a tracker on the phone or something, or on a car. Ain't no telling. Then the job, hanging out at the job, right? Just hanging on. So I mean, I don't know. He stay in who comments, child? I know he popped in my comments last week talking about something, but I love you though. Bye, Kenneth. Shorty is still trying to expose him so she can leave safely. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. That's what it's definitely been given to the people. Kenneth has been uploading videos of him with Shorty on his YouTube page, but her hair is short. Wonder if they are recent or old videos. I wonder. All I know is Shorty should thank the Lord the camera crew was there at her home. Lord Kenneth would have put them hands on that woman. I don't know. Kenneth responded to my comments. That's how I saw he had a YouTube page. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Ooh. Okay, those are, thank you, Naturally Mark, for clearing that up. Those are old videos. Okay, if they are indeed, oh, I want to believe she left this process without this man. That's what it's giving. It's giving she left this process without him, even if he did propose. Is I don't want to be with you. Whew. Let's keep going. Okay. So when it comes down to the dates, Shea and Fonzo both said no. They was like, we can't do this with the next person because of what all happened. Right. I felt like for me, Shea didn't want to go out on another date because she was embarrassed with her damn actions. But I feel like, excuse me, Fonzo said no because he didn't want to create no more drama with Miss Girl. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pass on it. All right. It is what it is. What else happened? So Charlie says no to her new date, but Charlie also damn near saying no to Otis. She's really over this. Otis also says no to his new date. Charlie thinks they've, Charlie pissed me off a little bit, I will say, just in this part. She says that they probably already met up together. They probably already got up. I mean, I don't care. You ask me how I feel. This is whatever. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm just like, it's clear that you care. It's clear, and it's okay if you do. It's very clear that you care, and it's okay. All right. She says, so then I think Dr. Nicole asked her again, like, are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm good. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'll be good when y'all give me a new date. And Dr. Nicole said, baby, no. This is not no get you a new boo. This is not what we're doing over here. Okay, that's not the process. All right, but the process does work if that's how it ends up falling. But we're not here to find you a new boo so you can make the man that you got jealous. Like, no, that's not why we're here. All right, so Charlie leaves the session. Once everything is all said and done and over, she decided that she was going to leave the session, grab her keys, and leave Otis there. Otis knew he got in her head at that point, I'm sure. She needs one-on-one therapy. I think Charlie will try to stay with Otis when she should not. I think she will too. I do. I could see Charlie and Otis still trying to work things out. Shorty feels no ways about Kenneth. She owe Marianne to Ken BS, right? Kenneth ain't got a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of. What respectable woman would want to date an unstable man? I'm wondering, where was Kenneth and what was he doing when they were getting together? He gave her all this big hype about the things that he got going on or whatever. So where was he living at the time? How did y'all see each other? Was he always coming to your spot, or were you always going to his spot? Or did he have a home and he met, like, he lost it? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what was happening between the two of them when they first got together, and how long down the road did you fall in love before you realized you was stuck with him? Anyway, so Dr. Nicole wants everybody to go meet up with their families and tell them about the situations of what's happening within the relationship and how they could possibly, get some advice from that to make the relationship better. So, of course, Otis goes to see his dad. All right. His parents were married for about, 40 years before his mom passed away. So he asked the dad, talk to the dad about that. Okay. The dad talked about one of the biggest issues in their relationship was him not listening to the mama. So sometimes she'll get, hot-headed, okay, snap on him, whatever, because it really was fueled by him not listening to her. That was a problem for her. And he had to realize, like, maybe if I just slow down sometimes and I actually engage and show her that I'm listening, it'll minimize some of the problems in the relationship. Now, Otis is starting to see that he's having similar situations, okay? He's not listening to Charlie at all. But then it's weird because he say that he listening to her even when she thinks he's not listening to her, but I guess it's just the actions. And the daddy had to like check him with that because he's like, yeah, you listening to her even when she don't know that you're listening. It's because you're not actively showing her that you are listening. So that's something that you have to work on. And that's something he's willing to do. So he said, let's move on and get to Shorty and Kenneth. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys, as we go ahead and switch gears and talk about them. All right, y'all. Can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back into it and talk about Shorty and Kenneth. Okay, so he wants to go out to eat. All right, and he wants to try and remind her of the reasons why they fell in love in the first place. I don't know if going out to eat was gonna do it, but I guess anyway. So she says, "So you don't want to talk about the session? So I mean, what we're gonna do about it? So I mean, when you want to talk about it? I mean, are we gonna talk about like what you're trying to do?" And so he really wanted to table the conversation until they got with Dr. Nicole. That's what he wanted to do because he didn't want things to go left. And she's like, "Well, I feel like we really need to hash things out now before we even get to dinner. That way we can have a better dinner, right?" And I felt like, in all honesty, Shorty, you're not feeling this man. You're not interested in this man, high key. And you also want to create an issue before y'all even get to dinner. Okay. Because you really didn't feel like going out to dinner with him for real, for real. At least that's what I think. Okay. Period. I don't think she wanted to go. So she was going to make sure that they argue and had some differences about something. Right. So what else? So he asked her about the comment. He was like, okay, you want to talk about it? What you mean by the comment of me liking women that's out of my league? And Shorty says, well, I meant what I said. That's what I meant. I mean exactly what it is that I said, that you like women that's out your league, period. So she says he wants a woman that got it all together, but he ain't even got it together. And girl, I was over here screaming. Do you hear me? The way she was eating him up. I said, she is eating this man up. Eating him up. So then she says that he wants a woman. So she says she wants him to understand that good women don't just fall in your lap. And even if they do, you have to cultivate. You have to work hard towards the relationship if you really want it to be something. And you want her to value you and what you add to the relationship. Okay. So he says he doesn't need a woman for nothing. I don't believe him. Let me keep on. Anyway, okay, so he don't need a woman for nothing. It says if he wants to apply pressure for that type of woman, he know that he can. So basically what I heard you say, sir. Kenneth, what I heard you say is if you want to be a better man for a woman, you want to go out and get a job, get a better job, add to the household and everything, be supportive, all this other stuff. You can if you want to. So that lets me know right out the gate that you don't because you don't want to. And you're not going to, at least not for Shorty. That's all that I heard that was coming out his mouth. So she says exactly what I'm thinking. She says, you got that now and you don't even appreciate it. Right? So I'm like, you mean to tell me this whole time that man could have went and got him a job, a better paying job? Okay, he could have been over here taking pictures of his own bank statements and stuff, but instead he want to take pictures of yours. So basically he ain't do none of that because that's not something that he wanted to do. Noted. Thanks for letting us know. Gotcha. Okay. Yikes. So what else ended up happening? He says that he does do a lot and that she just doesn't give a damn. I don't know. So he says he must be doing something right, though. He's also, but I must be doing some. I must be doing some right. I must be doing some right for me to stay. I said, you're right. You are. It's the peen. It's the peen. You're doing the SEX game. Very right. Okay. You're hitting it very accurately, I'm sure. Okay. You're knocking that out of the park. And that's probably all that you really offer. Somebody must be doing something right. Yes, that bedroom activity. Yes, that is right. Everything else outside of that is probably wrong. Okay. What else? She says, we will see how long he stays. Oh, because he said I must be doing something right. She said, okay, well, we're gonna see how long you stay since you want to sit up here and throw that up in my face. Okay. We're gonna see how long you're gonna stay. And I'm like, Shorty girl, that was the whole plan why you brought this man on the show, to see how long you was gonna be able to get him the hell up out your house. or the quickest you can get him up out your house. So Shorty says that he's calling her a dummy for choosing him, and then turns around and say, if that's what you're saying, then I'll take you. I said, B-I-T. You ain't got no choice but to take it, Suzanne. You ain't got no choice but to take it, because that's what it is. You are a dummy. Because it's crazy, because I don't know, maybe she should have went to the police a long time ago when he was up there stalking her. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. But yeah, it is giving a little bit of dummy. But it's a bit of conflict for me, because I keep thinking about the times that she's tried to leave the relationship, but he continues to follow her. Right? Yeah. What else? So Otis and Charlie. Charlie came out giving body in this really pretty dress that she had on. Otis obviously couldn't take it, because he knew somebody could come in and come through and snatch his girl up very, very quickly. Okay. What else ended up happening? He decided at this moment that he wanted to take accountability for his actions. Okay. He says he wants to take accountability for his actions, and he also wants to apologize to her. Right. I did not think the apology was really sincere. I just felt like, okay, you see your girl looking as good as she wants to look, and she about to go out on a date with somebody, and you already saw how pissed off she was with you the night before, and that you could potentially lose her. So now you want to sit up here and apologize. I think those things you're incapable of doing. All right. So Charlie, I feel like she felt the same way. She tells him that she has wanted him to be open and honest. And now it seems like he really ain't got no choice but to deal. Okay. But to listen, but to deal. All right. She says it's about his actions more than it is about listening, because he's telling her, like, I do listen to you and stuff. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I hear you. But your actions are showing me that you're not listening to me at all. All right. So there's that. Shorty claims the show never allowed her to get a one-on-one counseling session with Dr. Nicole. Okay. Jamie, I need another Hey Big t-shirt. I only see the sweatshirts. Yes, I'll put the tees back up. Yes. I'll put the t-shirts back up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I would do that. And I haven't done like any of like the good luck. I know a lot of people be wanting like the good luck shirts and stuff. I don't know. I've been thinking like what would that look like as far as like design or whatever. So yeah. But I will bring you guys more things. I was just about to say, if it's that bad, Shorty needs to start a paper trail. I think she is. I think she's giving us a video trail. A video trail. The people in the background of the restaurant Charlie and Otis met at. I didn't even see the people in the background. She didn't want to go. Probably she would have to pay for the dinner. Shorty has so much attitude in speaking up. I'm glad the cameras was there. I believe Kenneth looked to them old eyes. What? Look to them old eyes. Are you calling Shorty eyes old? Like what? The homosexual is going to have to be escorted by the constable out of her place. I hope I said that right. A child, probably so. I don't know, but she's definitely being more vocal here. How could Shorty get a one-on-one if Shea takes up all the doctor's time? Ooh, good night. Taking up this lady time for absolutely no reason at all, only for her to go back out there to do the same foolishness she's been doing. But speaking of Shea, let's go ahead and get into it. Shea meets up with her mom and her aunt. Shea speaks with them about Fonzo and the family and her wanting to break down the barrier, okay, and be included, okay, and how he's not really helping her with that. Her mom says that she has had the same issue with her dad and her stepdad. And what she had to do was set boundaries and expectations and lay things out, okay? In addition to setting these boundaries and expectations, the mama also turned around and gave no tolerance to none of the bullshit. And Shea has sat up here and tolerated a whole lot with getting a whole little in return. Okay, so Shea then says she realizes that she has never drawn any boundaries for Fonzo, and I'm like, now you realize that? But I don't know if it's that she doesn't draw boundaries for Fonzo, because remember, Shea also mentioned how she left him. And they had a break, I believe she said. Then they came back together. So that's what she did say. Okay. So no, she didn't set boundaries, because she said that last week where they left, they got back together, but it wasn't any boundaries in place is what she said. So she wasn't requiring anything of him. or requesting anything of him. It was like they just got back into the relationship and fell right back into place like they always are. All right. So her aunt and her mom let her know that if she isn't happy and he's not fully satisfying her, then it's totally okay with walking completely away from this man. All right. And Shea up there crying and all that stuff. And I'm just like, girl, I don't want to see, girl, bye. Okay. You've been out here running the whole damn muck and everything. And girl, shut up. The Punisher is disingenuous. Okay, he comes off like he's settling for Charlie. Really? I didn't even think about it like that. Not him settling for her. I hope Atlanta don't have the same squatting laws they have here in New York, because it may be hard to get him out of her house. Child. It won't be that hard in that new city up there, or that county up there in Kansas. I think Kansas had, I don't know, my boyfriend was telling me something about Kansas making a law to where if you're not related or something like that to the person in the household, you couldn't stay in that house or something like that. I guess people like to all couple up and shack up and stay in one house, like a big house. And they're like, if also many people in the household ain't related, then you can't stay there. And I'm like, who the hell is y'all to make a law like that? Not with inflation and everything going up and corporations going around buying up all these damn houses, adding more money on top of the asking price and shit. Girl, it's a lot. I can go on and on about that. But anyway, girl, hopefully she's able to get him out the house. Alfonso could care less about Shea's boundaries, even if she does set them. I see that too. For sure, Shea needs to understand a man doesn't complete you. You can't draw boundaries this late in the game. Fonzo is not going to change for Shea. The question is, can she walk away from the money? Yes, can she walk away from him? And that is a good statement to make. You can't draw boundaries this late in the game. Because I know I used to be like that. Like with some teachers, child, and just like people, like, man, don't be trying to come out. Like, you look like a fool sometimes. Like when you look at other people in situations, not like just relationships, but when you've gotten away with so much, and then now people want to try and put restrictions down or whatever, like, you look a fool. Like, man, I've been doing this stuff all year, and then now y'all want to try and bring the hammer down. Man, shut up to me. That's probably how he sees her. That's probably how it comes off to him. Not Rick Loss. Rick Loss has set his own boundaries. Those are he is still going to cheat. And she is going to come back and deal with it. That's what she's done before. M. Barry Sing. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's get to Charlie and Chris, because she goes out on a date with this guy named Chris, who's not that bad looking. He was pretty cute, but I hate the blonde. I feel like that can work for some guys, not all guys. And I really didn't like that blonde on him. But I will say I like blonde hair, especially on Black people, when they're dark hair roots start to come through. I think that is such a pretty look. Like when it's like blonde, and then as it starts to grow, y'all don't know somebody like, it be looking so cute. Kind of like his hair, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't think that style looked good on him. In addition to the mannerisms that he was giving off, it was giving me flashbacks. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about him. But anyway, she has dated, she talked about how she dated somebody, like when she was in college. She was out here being a player. Okay. I guess that's what they called it back in the day. I guess nowadays it would be a thought. All right. That's what she was out here doing. She had a boyfriend the whole time. Okay. Now he tells her how he dated somebody that actually probably went to school with her. Now she went to FAMU. He says his ex went to FAMU too. So he opened up and talked about that, but didn't want to talk about it, saying he'll only go into more detail about some things if he gets another date, because he also told her about how he has dated a woman that had a man before. So there's that. And Miss Charlie was right. There are quite a few guys that would rather date a woman or kick it with a woman that already got a man, because they don't want to have to do all the stuff that a man will have to do. Okay. They just want to link up with your smash, do whatever, go about their business. Okay. There are a lot of guys out here like that. What else? Chris just gave a lot of details, telling us he was going to wait until the next day. I said, well, it seemed like you giving us TMI right now, talking about threesomes and stuff that y'all was having multiple times throughout the day. Sir, when did this happen? Weren't you a football player for Stanford? When did you have time for all of this? I don't know if he's going to get another date, but some part of me makes me think that Charlie may like bad boys like him. So she probably would give him another date. We shall see. Let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going. Now, Shorty and Kenneth, they go on a date, and he's trying to act like everything is all good. I said, girl, he really don't want to go down that road talking about nothing, girl. So he moves in for a kiss as they're over there talking, and she like, you can get up off me, baby. Scoot back. Don't, do not lean in, because if you gonna kiss me, certain things need to happen. All right, certain things need to happen. You got to say something. You got to give me some little sweet nothings before you lean in to kiss me. All right. So he says, listen, I don't really want to talk about some things because, of course, she wanted to go into more details, talk more. He was like, I want to save some of this combo for Dr. Nicole. Shorty says, that's cute. That's cute. But understand that Dr. Nicole is not going to always be with us. All right. And you're going to have to figure out a better way to communicate. So figure it out. Right. So Shorty says, hold on, what else she said? Oh, she also tells him that she thinks that he's so afraid of losing her sometimes that he just kind of tells her whatever it is he may think she wants to hear. All right. And then Kenneth tells her how she has said so many things. This seems like the first time Kenneth is really opening up to how she has made him feel. And he says, you've said so many things to hurt me. Okay, that hurt me to my soul about the things that he ain't got together. But I just feel like, okay, I see where Kenneth's coming from. I can see her doing it. Okay, just like a man that may make a whole lot of money and may make more money than a woman in a relationship, right? And she's benefited from the lifestyle. I could see a man down talking her as though she ain't gotten in whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so I could see the same thing likely happening with Shorty, also down talking him, right? Because he ain't got it like her. But at the same time, I just feel like if you don't like it and you feel so uncomfortable with her doing it, then go out there and get your own so she could never say anything like that to you again. You feel what I'm saying? So what else? Shorty says, no. Yeah, so Kenneth wants her to hear him, but she keeps over talking him. Okay, sometimes he feels like he doesn't get a word in because she's talking too much, right? Shorty says that if he's so pressed on having to prove himself to her, and then if he's so pressed about having him prove himself to her and all of that stuff, then he needs to be honest with himself, be open with himself, and make a decision to go ahead and move forward with somebody else. I said, ooh, if Shorty ain't proving to the people everything we already thought, Miss Girl does not want to be in this relationship. She really wants him to find somebody. That's why she said earlier, if y'all give him somebody that he really finds to be fully attractive, I think he'll really give this thing a try. She really wants him to find someone else. She does not like him. She does not want to be in this relationship with him anymore. She has truly wholeheartedly resented this man. I agree. Shorty is over it. 1000%. Child, Shorty is his mama at this point with his lying, scheming, and stalking self. And I agree, girl, all the way down. I agree. Absolutely. She done. She is done. So let's keep going. Okay. Let's keep going. Otis and Charlie. So they go out for a date. And I'm over here laughing to myself as I see them go out on this date, Otis and Charlie, because I'm like, why y'all got us thinking, or why y'all trying to make us think that they didn't come here together? They definitely came here together, child. But anyway, so Otis says he's over the process. And I feel like Otis is over the process because Otis does not have the control like he would want. Okay, over the process. He ain't got the control. Y'all know Otis likes to control things. So that's why he's over the process. They get there. Charlie wants to talk, but Otis doesn't. And both of them got on my nerves. Okay, I was definitely here for her, like getting her sexy on, looking good and stuff. But at the same time, she was irritating me. They both were. It's like y'all enjoy toxicness, and y'all probably went home after this and banged it out, but then woke up and still mad at each other. Like, I can't. So she wanted to talk. He didn't really want to talk. He just said he's over the process. You gonna eat? She was like, I mean, no, I ain't really hungry. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk. He's like, okay, well, I'm trying to eat. What? So then Otis says that he doesn't think he is being heard when he do talk. So Charlie says that, okay, so basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna sit up here and try and blame me for the actions of yourself. We're not gonna do that. So Charlie gets upset and tells him she said, what? Charlie gets upset and tells him to go a different direction. And sounds like, okay, I don't know how I wrote that. But anyway, so Charlie at some point ends up getting upset with him because it seems like he didn't want to talk. Well, she wanted to talk. He didn't want to talk. And then she got to a place where she wanted to talk, or she didn't want to talk and he wanted to talk. It was like really confusing. And Slick was like, why are we sitting here watching this end part scene? What else ended up happening? That was pretty much it. I mean, we just saw them going back and forth, and they really didn't even have no damn conversation. All he said was that sometimes he feel like he not heard. When he didn't want to open up and tell his thoughts, Charlie said, well, you need to make a decision or we're going to be going our separate ways, in so many words. Like, we can move forward and you can go your way and I'll go my way if you don't start talking. So then he kind of started talking. Then when he started to try to talk, she was like, that's fine. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Was it? It could have just been me, but I'm just like, what is happening? Like, why are we? I'm over them too. I don't know. I feel like this season probably gonna be the first season that I really don't like nobody. I feel like this season is gonna be ready to love, child. I wonder what Kenneth's background was for. Was it fraud? Because him taking screenshots of bank statements. Yikes, right? Oh yeah, then he left her sitting there, girl. When she said, like, no, I don't want to talk, da 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 da. He was like, all right, cool, got up and left. But if y'all saw her face looked like, oh, he's leaving. Like, it kind of looked like that. But she was trying to still act like, I don't care, it's whatever. She was trying to give that. He definitely got up and left her right there at the table. Talking about he tired. I'm tired of arguing. I'm tired of talking about the same thing over and over. I mean, I didn't think that the DM was that serious. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that. And it's like, but I think you're getting frustrated, sir, because you think it's about one thing, but she's really upset about a lot. It's a list of things that she's upset about, but you don't listen to her enough to know. So that's why he's stressed out, because it's like, why are you still so pressed about this DM? Because that's what he thinks it's about. And it's like, no, it's not just about that. It's about a list of things. And you would know what those things were had you been listening, right? So there's that. None of these people should be together. Yes, I think editing left out a lot. Charlie then screams, don't tell me what to do. I was confused, right? Right? So I'm like, what are we doing in this scene? Like, what is this scene giving us? Like, I had to keep rewinding because I was so confused. Like, what? It was so confusing. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I'm like, I am just so confused. Otis has a father that seems to set a good example, and he still doesn't get it. Exactly. It looks like Charlie pulled on Otis and what? Pulled in Otis on Otis. LOL. I'll talk to you whenever I feel like it. Ooh. Yikes. But then he was the one that left her there at the table. She should have been the one to leave him at the table and gone on about her business. All right. Charlie is playing games, trying to act hard, telling Otis to leave, but she really don't want him to leave. Whereas Shorty telling her man to leave, and she really want that NIGGA to leave. She does. She really does want that. Try hollering. All right, you guys. So that pretty much wraps up Put a Ring on It. And we're about to get into this reunion, honey, for Ready to Mother Love. Child. Whew, let's talk about some things. Let me switch over real quick, girl. Let me. Did I switch over? Okay, let me go over here. Girl. Y'all ready to get into this reunion? Let me know, honey. Let me know. How did y'all feel about Sabrina? Because it seemed like we got a lot of talk about Sabrina this episode. It was a lot going on with Sister Sabrina. A lot going on with her. The disappointment with the Ready to Love cast, child, a whole mess. The child, this reunion had me hot. Did it? Amina, tell me, what had you hot? What had you hot about it? Let me know. I did not like Joy this reunion. You didn't. I wonder why. The only time Joy irritated me on the reunion was when she was laughing so loud at Donovan. I just felt like it wasn't that funny. Like, yes, Donovan. I'm just like, what is that? It wasn't that funny. Wasn't that funny to me. Jamie, is it me? But does Carmen give rainbow clothes? You know, I guess. I mean, she definitely gave us a rainbow necklace for sure. So I guess the clothing isn't too far-fetched. Like, so let me reflect back on the clothing because I didn't really make a full note of the guys, but Laverne, baby, what was that? What was that? What was that? Was that like a suit tux or something? I mean, a short tux that he had on? Like, what was that? And then had the stripes on them and had the audacity to bring up the socks with the stripes too. Some part of me feel like y'all clothing should be approved in the beginning. Like y'all clothing needs to be approved. And if the fashion department or whatever y'all want to call it, costume department decide this ain't gonna work, y'all need to put on some alternative. Because this ain't it, dear heart. Not this right here. Because I'm like, Laverne, what are you doing? I mean, how you let Paul look better than you? And you know, I also feel like Laverne did that to be rebellious. I feel like Laverne likes to force so much to let people know that he follows the beat and the tune of his own drum. That's what it's giving. Like, I'm gonna do what it is that I want to do because I can, and I'm gonna wear what it is that I want to wear, and y'all not gonna do nothing about it. Well, you indeed did that. But okay, I mean, it didn't look good to me, but whatever. How the F does Tina show up for the process? Not show up for the process, but show up for the reunion. Ooh, I don't know. You know, she definitely slid on in there, girl, and they wanted to get her thoughts. Thank you so much, Keisha, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, and shout out to the people that has Cash App me the past few days. Okay, I gotta figure out something where I could, shout y'all out for real. So I do appreciate that. Thank you guys. Thank you so very much. Okay. Tina, let's talk about Tina because in my opinion, Tina was the best looking woman on the stage. Okay. I was like, okay, Tina, we see what you're working with. Okay. Tina, the dress was cute, hair was cute. Tina looked gorgeous to me. She was the best looking woman on the stage. Dakia looked beautiful. Ace looked really beautiful. Who else? I'm trying to think about who else was on the stage that looked good. Everybody else, let me see if I can pull it up real quick because I'm trying to see who else looked good on the stage, child. I think that probably was my top three. Dakia, Tina, Ace. I think that was it. Excuse me. Who is Tiffany? Tiffany. Let me go back. I'm looking. Excuse me, y'all. My apologies about that. If you heard that, I apologize. Okay. I loved Ace's look with the gloves and stuff. Ace looked good. I was like, okay then, Ace. I did not like Precious attire. The shoulders down, the thin bangs. I did not necessarily like it. Not that she looked bad at all. I was just thinking about reunion look. So for a reunion, I wasn't necessarily a fan of her outfit. The same thing would go for Sabrina. Wasn't a fan of her outfit either. I just feel like when you do your reunion looks should be like over the top, not cocktail hour. I'm about to come and do this, and then right afterwards we about to go to the bar. Like I would think that okay, I got to get out of this outfit, right? Let me get out of this outfit, but it's just. I mean, I feel like maybe some people can make some things shake. But yeah, those were it. Okay. The guys, they look nice for the most part. I ain't really had too many complaints. Y'all saw how Carmen and Donovan were matching. I'm so over them. I think Demetrius looked nice. I think Tori looked basic. I don't think it was really like a tux or anything, more like just like a suit he just threw on. I was also so glad that nephew Tommy was there. I don't know how y'all were, but your girl was like, yes, the nephew Tommy's back. Okay. Cause y'all know he ended up getting the virus last time and he wasn't able to be there. And the person that hosted kind of seemed like they didn't know a lot of what happened throughout the show. So again, I was glad that he was back. Now let's keep going. Tina says the process was a lot for her. Okay. And she was over it all in so many words. Okay. It was a lot on her emotionally and everything. So she was just tapped out. I also wonder if Tina came to the show with unresolved feelings for an ex or something. Like, were you still dealing with some leftover relationship baggage or something like that? Like, what was going on? Because she definitely blamed it on her having a business or something like that. And I'm like, girl, was it that for real? Anyway, We get to Sabrina, Demetrius, and this kiss. Okay, y'all remember she ended up kissing Demetrius when they asked her to go plant, or at least nibbling on his ear, right? So we get to that when they did the little truth or dare thing, right? She said she kissed or nibbled on Demetrius because, one, everyone was assuming her connections. Two, she says it was because Demetrius approached her and wanted her to match his energy. That's why. Sabrina says that Demetrius gave her a silent pursuit, I suppose. Okay. Jamie, have you heard that Miami is up next? I'm from Florida, so I'm excited to see. I have heard that they're next. I saw like a casting flyer, but I have not seen any promo or anything just yet. So hopefully they come back to us shortly. What else? So yeah, so this is what Sabrina was saying about nibbling on the ear. Okay, Sabrina. If y'all had an off-camera conversation, okay. I guess that would make sense. She could have bowed out, but okay. So then Joy says it was because she said in the ladies' lounge, because she said that people like Joy were saying, go ahead and get up, Tori. Because I also was thinking the same exact thing. Go ahead and get up, Tori. Everybody was thinking the same thing. Right. So she's trying to put it off on Joy, saying, Joy, people like Joy, assuming my connections and saying, go ahead and get up, Tori, or whatever. Right. So they get up. So Joy speaks, and Joy says it was because she said in the ladies' lounge that it was that she was smitten by Tori. So then Sabrina kept cutting off Joy from speaking. And because of that, it made me think, it just made me give Joy, not Joy, but Sabrina, for me, the side eye, like, why you won't let her talk? Like, why you won't let her talk? Like, let her say her piece. Like, let her just at least get it out, and then you can chop it up and correct her. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it's like you trying to cut her off make me feel like you probably the liar or something. Like, just let her run it. Right. So Joy said, okay. And then she says that Sabrina says that, it was about Demetrius. Right. And then Joy was like, well, if I could talk, I'm telling you that you've said positive, extremely, you were smitten by Tori in the thing, in the confession. Then she says, now, mind you, at first, Sabrina said, oh, that was about Demetrius. That was about Demetrius. And then she said, well, yeah, I talked about both of them in the thing. Okay. So if you talked about both of them at the time during the ladies' lounge, why you keep cutting her off when she says that you were smitten by Tori when in fact you were? You could have been smitten by both of them. Right. But you kept cutting her off. So I don't know. I think that Sabrina and Demetrius could possibly be working on their relationship outside of the show, which is why Sabrina probably was hitting it so hard when it came to the Tori situation. What else happened? So Joy finished talking about Sabrina and says, okay, so when Joy finished talking about Sabrina says, keyword assumption. First of all, ma'am, why do you have an attitude? Now, I don't know what was happening based on how they edited it, but it's like, where's the attitude coming from? Why do you have an attitude? I'm not understanding. Like, why you get an attitude? Like, yeah, keyword assumptions. Okay, girl, you got it. So then Sabrina really says that she assumed Tori would. Oh, this is what Sabrina said. Sabrina said, well, when it came down to it, I just felt like, Tori, I just assumed Tori would just, joke back with me like, ha, okay, Sabrina, when it's my turn, I got you. And then Joy calls her out and says, but see, that's an assumption on your part. And I love that she said that because you just sat up here and clowned this woman and others for assuming your connections and stuff. And then turn around and did something in this man's face and then gonna say that you assumed that he was gonna be okay. It's like, girl, so you see how easy it is for a person to just assume some things based on what's put out there? So yeah, I wasn't following Sabrina the whole time. For me, I still feel like Sabrina was full of shit. Oh, then Sabrina. So then when Joy says, yeah, you see, that's an assumption right there. Sabrina says, so why are you speaking for him? Because she was invited into the conversation. Tori has yet to be invited into the conversation. So then Tori ends up, giving his points, because he thought that it was going to be him as well. And then he said, even the cameraman. Even the cameraman thought that it was going to be him and said, damn, everybody was shocked. Okay. Everybody was shocked. We all thought that it was going to be Tori. So Sabrina, even the cameraman, the people that are editing the show, that's filming the show, and then got to pass it off to the editors, girl, even they thought So it's like, something not right. Okay. I just felt like, Sabrina, girl, you're full of it. You absolutely know that you're full of it. And it's okay. Let's move on. Right. So Tina tells one of the girls she blocked her. I cannot remember which one it was. It's a short, cute girl. Is it Kia or Kaya or something? I can't think of her name. But she went to this girl and said, this girl, like, hey girl, I had blocked you, right? Yeah, I had blocked you when I had blocked everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But we still good. We still see each other. But I just wanted to block y'all. Like, what the hell? Whew. All right then, Miss Tina, girl. It's your page. Keena, thank you so much. Thank you, girl. It was Keena. But I mean, it's your page. If that's what you want to do, okay, girl, block the people. Girl, they probably won't even think about you anyway. Okay, but I guess block them, honey. So let's get to Carmen and Donovan, okay? Because Donovan made sure he continued to rub the knee of Miss Carmen, and Carmen made sure she kept her hand on that thigh. All right. Carmen says that she felt butterflies when he put his hand on her legs. That's the first time she felt butterflies a while back. She says that she feels like they belong together. I said, girl, if y'all don't get the ASAP, girl, cut it out. No, man, I feel like we belong together. Who's gonna need? No, ma'am. Okay, girl. No, ma'am. You will not be giving us Mariah. Let's move on. So Carmen says Paul shifted when they got to the lake house, okay? And she says that the other guys decided to step up their game. That's why she ended up going towards Donovan, okay? Paul says that he had something about Paul saying he had several connections there. So I guess he couldn't just focus on her when he had other connections. And it's like, Paul, why are you lying to America? You just wasn't feeling Carmen, because what other connections did you have? You went, Dakia made a connection at the last minute. Tina didn't even show up. So what other connections did you have outside of Carmen? You wasn't feeling her like that. You just was not into her, and that's okay. So Donovan says the house was for him to start ruling people out, and he felt that things just started to come together when it came to he and Carmen. Things just flowed together magically. Okay, I guess. Anyway, I guess y'all ain't had no choice but to flow to each other when the people that y'all really came there for wasn't interested in y'all. So I guess y'all just went to each other. That's cool. Eric, Dakia, and Carmen. Okay, so Dakia speaks on the incident between she and Eric. Okay, y'all remember that incident about him touching and stuff. So she goes into details. Okay. She says that it seemed like she didn't want to go into details. She just said like, yo, it was an incident that happened between us or whatnot. And Tommy said, okay, well then what was it? What was that issue? Like, let's speak on it. So she says that he had his arms around her waist when they were taking a group picture. He decided to move his hands upward. Right. That's when things became a problem. So Eric says that she is a great person. And he was speaking very highly of her because he actually spoke highly of her earlier on. He actually spoke highly of her earlier on in the episode, I think, when they talked about the dates or something like that. But, you know, she didn't really, she didn't give that back. She just said something like, oh, well, he was a good guy. You know, he was a great guy at that time. So she kind of threw shade, but he was just saying that she looked great on the first day. He thought she was awesome. And he was like, if this is how first dates go or blind dates go, then I'm going to be blind for a long time or whatever. Right. So he gave her a compliment. She didn't really give it back. Let me see if there's anything else that I skipped over. Oh, yeah. Donovan and Carmen. So they, I talked about how they were going there matching. They also opened up the show with Carmen eating out of letting people feed her in so many words because she ate the pickle, right? I don't know if y'all caught Donovan's face and how he was looking like, making it look like, yeah, that mouth, tell you what it do, like that mouth, it's really something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she mine, I ain't got, like, I was just like, I don't want to hear, I don't want to see, okay? Cut the camera from him. We don't want to see all of that. Anyway, let me go back down to the rest of it where we were about Eric and Zakia. Okay, so Eric says that she's a great person, and he says there was an embarrassment there. I thought he was saying that it was an embarrassment on his part, but I think he was saying she was the one that was embarrassed. Ooh, girl, Eric was a mess. All right, so Eric says that it was some embarrassment there, and he says that he shouldn't have done what he did with others around. Y'all, I said with others around. So then Tommy said, is it safe to say that you misinterpreted like the connection between the both of y'all? And he was like, no. So then Dakia goes on to say that he did. She says that he did misread the situation and where they were. Something like that. Let me make sure I say it right. Okay, Eric says that he didn't misread anything between he and Ikea. Eric felt like they were going to be a couple at some point, and they even kissed off camera, right? So he says he shouldn't have done it, though, is what he'll say. Ikea says he isn't a bad person and that he did misread where they were. And I just felt like that was interesting because I do feel like she did at one, like when he first came out, I felt like she did kind of make it a bigger deal than what it had to be. I feel like it could have just been like, just check him, like tell him by himself. And then that's something like when y'all face these things in your relationship, you check them and give them the opportunity to correct their actions. You know what I'm saying? And then move forward. Right. So when she said he misread where they were, lets me know that y'all had been getting a bit touchy and a bit Philly, ain't y'all? Y'all was getting a bit touchy and a bit Philly, girl. But you probably was carrying on a certain persona that you wanted other people to see in you and about you as you're on this show, right? So he definitely misread where y'all were. Now, where he effed up, and I definitely agree with her on this, is afterwards, how he handled the situation afterwards. And we read like those text messages and stuff on like a Ooh Ladies First panel. It was a mess, okay? It was a mess. So what else happened? So Eric says he doesn't think he misread anything. Eric felt like they kissed off camera. They were going to be a couple, okay? Ikea says he isn't a bad person and that he misread the situation, okay? He apologizes. She receives it. Ikea says it was a public disrespect and she didn't like the aftermath because at first she was like, I didn't like the aftermath or the things that other people did. Like, I didn't like what he said, well, wait a minute. Like, let's not even get them involved. Let's just focus on you and I. And then that's when she said, well, it was things that you did too. And it's like, well, then which one was it? Other people or was it him? Because I think it was all him. So you should have led with that in the beginning. So Ikea says he disrespected her behind the scenes and he says he disagreed. And I feel like he did. I think he went a little harder his damn self. Right? He went much harder than what he had to go. And he said it was because other people was calling him and telling him stuff or whatever like that. And it's like, now, sir, you just said you didn't want to bring these other folks into it. So let's not bring these other folks into it. Okay? But anyway, so he says he did send her a message that night apologizing to her. And she said, yeah, but that was after you had told me that we ain't have nothing to talk about. Right. So she's still heated and still mad about that from earlier. OK, Ikea says that he sent that message after he told her that they ain't had nothing to talk about. And I'm like, well, maybe that's how he felt in that moment. And then later, after being to himself and thinking about it, it could have been, you know what, my bad. Like, I was being an a-hole. Granted, that don't mean she got to be back with him or do anything with him. You know what I'm saying? But I think things just kind of got worse after that. Okay. I believe Eric probably went to Carmen and told her because he knew she was going to be on his side. Possibly. Okay. Ikea leads with sexual energy, but no means no. And that is also true. Touching a woman's breast in public is juvenile. Nothing about Ikea says she would approve of that. Okay. If he left to protect his brand, his social media behavior blew that up. I can see how they can get read. I can see how that can get read wrong. Okay. The fact that he didn't take accountability until after someone else brought it up to him was wrong. And he went into that room with nephew Tommy and Tommy didn't even have to say nothing. Eric knew he was wrong. He didn't have to say nothing. Tommy didn't have to open his mouth because Eric gave him a mouthful and then said, hey, I'm about to go ahead and leave the overall process. Ikea still has feelings for Eric. He texted her immediately. If it had not happened publicly, she would have forgiven him. We don't know their dynamic outside of the show. There's more to this story. I wonder if it's something that can be fixed. Because I think ultimately they would have been like a really great couple. So hopefully, I don't know. I mean, Ikea may be like one and done. Like, you've shown me enough. I'm not willing to go back down that road with you. Peace out. Okay. Life is too short. Could be. I did not like that he cussed at her though. Because everybody was like, what? Y'all was having somewhat of a decent conversation. Then he was like, then tell me how the F was that such and such? When I text you that, like, wait a minute, sir. See, this is where you go wrong, Eric. This is where you go wrong. You got to learn how to talk to people, even when things don't go your way. I believe Eric probably went to, I think I read that one. Okay. All right, you guys. I wish Tommy checked Eric before Moving on. I'm surprised. I don't think Tommy been in a checking phase lately. Because he sure ain't checked Demetrius. He's just been in the, all right, I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing. Y'all grown anyway. Y'all going to do what y'all want to do because it's just how y'all is, child. So let's go ahead and switch over and get to Sabrina and her connections, okay? So Sabrina, she says it was a lot, okay, when it came down to the connections. Tommy asked her why, so Tommy asked her about Donovan, and I'm glad he asked this question because that's what I had been saying. Why is it that you feel like both of y'all have been married and divorced? Why is it that he was a person that wasn't ready to move forward in a relationship, but you are? What is that about? So she says this is what she used. She used the excuse of him trying to find his ranking and him trying to get in where he fit in. I took that as, for me, when it came to Sabrina and Donovan, is he came into the process late. I don't know if it's so much as finding his ranking, but he already knew, as many other people that's come on the show have already established connections, right? So he's trying to see if there's any connections that he can actually make while on this in this process. Or are y'all sold on who y'all already with? Okay, so I didn't really see nothing wrong with him wanting to do that, but she felt like he spoke more about the process versus their actual connection. She says, but for me, I just felt like that still makes no sense when you speak on a process versus a connection, when it didn't even seem like you and Demetrius had a connection at all, but yet you still went after him. So for me, I was confused about that, but all right then, Sabrina. All right, then this is the other thing that was so interesting to me. She also diverts, okay? To me, I felt like Sabrina was trying to get the heat off her just a little bit by diverting and throwing somebody else into the mix, okay? I.e. Joy, okay? So she diverts and brings up Joy and said, this is the same man that told me he started the process earlier, he would have had a whole new connection. Well, who would it have been? It would have been Joy. I don't understand that part either, y'all. Feel free to help me understand. I don't see nothing wrong with that either. He probably was right. He probably would have had a better connection, okay? If some other people who would have started the process, hell, if Dakia would have opened her heart up a bit more and not look at Wiley like he too damn young, she probably would have had a connection. Like, I mean, what's wrong with him saying that? Like, if I would have opened up the process, like, I probably would have connected with Joy. I don't know. Like, he probably would have, but she saw her Donovan and she was stuck on it. Like, what's the issue? Precious says that, because I don't know if he was trying to say he didn't say it. He was like, wait, when did I say that or something? So then Precious says, you did say that. You told me that. And I think Nakia said, you told me that as well. He gonna tell me something. Wait a minute, Golden Girls. And I said, no, sir. Tommy also didn't check him on that. So Tommy ain't been in the checking mood of nobody for some reason. But I felt like, okay, why are you calling them Golden Girls? Like Hootie and the Blowfish with them cheeks. What is you? I'm confused. Why they got to be the Golden Girls? Who do you think you are? And Joy in the back. Yes, Donovan. And I said, no, ma'am. Okay, y'all talking about Rick Ross. No, Diana Ross. Okay, because she was trying to give us Diana Ross. I was like, Joy, shut up. It's not that funny. You don't have to laugh that hard, girl. Sit back and be quiet. Okay, it's not that funny. It's not. But anyway, girl, that's what you want to do. What else happened? So then Precious talking about some Precious called him out, talking about he played out. He said, I'm played out. I just knew he was finna say them bangs played out, but he didn't say that. He was like, I'm played out. And I felt like Donovan gives me that he would go there with the woman. Okay. He gives me a little bit of Eric. He will probably go there. Okay. But I just chuckled when she said he was played out because I haven't heard that in so long, but I loved it. And that's when I guess Tommy got a hold of the conversation. Okay. He asked Sabrina about not meeting the family of Demetrius. Okay. Demetrius said that he already talked to her and she already knew that was something that he wanted. Okay. He talked to her, I wanted you to meet my family. It was something that was important to me. When she decided she didn't want to do that, it definitely hurt. But we got more context and reasoning as to why she did not do that. Okay. Demetrius says that, no, she said she didn't feel comfortable doing that with him because because it was after Donovan told Demetrius things. So Donovan, why would you do this? Okay, with your snitching self. Like, why would you do this, Donovan? So he decides that he is going to go and tell Demetrius about he and Sabrina kissing off camera, or whatever the case may have you. Some part of me feel like Demetrius shouldn't have even took that as an issue, in all honesty, because I just feel like she ain't your girl yet. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like she ain't your girl yet for you to be feeling away, getting mad about none of that. Like, that's not your main girl. So what's the issue? Like, why you mad? But it definitely made him feel away. So when he learned this information, he decided to go and have the conversation with his mom and not have the conversation with her initially. And because of that, Sabrina decided, in my opinion, to chicken out from meeting the mom, because now the mom already has a idea of who she thinks she is. And I feel like Sabrina didn't want to answer those questions from the mom. Okay, I feel like she didn't want to get into that. Some part of me don't necessarily blame her based on how he handled it, because it's like, you could have just came straight to me. So basically what you're saying is, if we got in a relationship for real, and there are any issues, you're going to go to your mom before you come to me. That's a problem, right? So I definitely, if you know, from that aspect, I see where Sabrina was coming from. Like, I don't want to meet her, because now I'm starting to look at this whole thing differently. You know, Demetrius says that he was hurt. It did sting a little bit. He says that it was just more of an issue for him because he did not hear it come from her mouth. He heard it come from Donovan's mouth. But he didn't really say, I mean, he didn't really say if he was pissed about it coming from Donovan. He just said he was hurt, it stung, but he wished it would have came from her. If it would have came from her, they would have been all good. But since it came by way of a third party or whatever, it's not all good. So there's that. What else? They act like they aren't on a show where they date multiple people. Obviously, kisses can happen, especially when Demetrius wasn't showing interest. Agreed. Okay, I truly don't get why Carmen is so happy to be with Donovan. She said she isn't a second option, but was literally Donovan's third option. Let's talk about it. Okay, definitely was a third option. I think he told him so that Demetrius knows she said it was all about you, but is it really? Oh wow, okay. Sabrina don't like being checked. No, she don't. She probably should have got with Laverne. I think she and Laverne would have made probably a much better couple with each other. Maybe the two of them should have just, you know, got together, hooked up, and all that other great stuff, because they seem to have a bit of similarities there. Okay, so let's see what else. Demetrius was wrong for saying it out loud, but I definitely thought Precious was on something too. Okay, I think he told him so that Demetrius knows. No, she said it was all about you. Okay, yeah, I read that one. All right. Let's see. Sabrina was very much allowed to date and do whatever she wanted. Agreed. Donovan was pissed. Tina didn't show up to the trip. And I bet y'all, when what's her name? When Tina showed up, at the reunion, baby, looking as good as she looked, baby, I bet you Donovan was like, dang, I should have kept pressing that button for her. I should have kept pressing up on her. I bet you wish you would have. But anyway, girl, let's move on. So let's get to Laverne and Ace. So it didn't go anywhere. Y'all know Laverne and Ace, you know, tried to do something with each other. I think he ended up eliminating or self-eliminating himself. Ace followed through with the same thing, okay? But it didn't go nowhere, and she actually ended up blocking his ass, which I thought was very interesting. I said, not her blocking the man. Not her blocking him. Okay. What else? She also says that at this point she wasn't willing to give him any of her energy. Now it is being rumored that she's dating Tyrone from the last season. That's interesting. I guess maybe he needs some healing energy like Miss Ace. All right. So then the conversation comes up about Ace, about Laverne and Sabrina, and how Laverne learned that a few of the ladies were coming together to eliminate him. Okay. Now Ace tells Laverne what Precious said about a few of the ladies getting ready to eliminate him, right? He says that he called Sabrina later on that night and apologized to her for pretty much putting her into it, okay? Now, Precious says, no, that's not what I said. This is how it went. Precious says she called Ace, okay, to tell Ace that Carmen was plotting and called up women, but Tina was one of the women that never answered the phone. And Sabrina said, well, listen, I don't I don't have a connection with him at all. So I'm just going to be honest when it comes to me. I don't have to do all this planning around and trying to eliminate somebody. I already know what it is, okay? Precious says that Laverne told Sabrina. She said that's where we have the issue. It's because he said that I told Sabrina or I told him that Sabrina was plotting to eliminate him, and I never said that. Girl, it don't matter who said it. Somebody was plotting. That's obviously something that's clear. And the other thing that's even more clear was that it was Miss Carmen. Girl, there's some Mexican messy boots. Miss Carmen, not you out here coming into the game late, out here running amok in the palace and trying to get the people eliminated, girl. Y'all gotta watch Carmen. We been knew we had to watch Carmen, but the way when Tina showed up, she tried to get inside Tina's head when Tina said her only connection there was Donovan, and she was like, I mean, you like Paul, and you like these and that people, and you like da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's a sneaky woman there. But anyway, Laverne is still upset due at some point they all will be eliminated. That is the process. Very true. When Tina put that finger when Tina put that finger up to say, I wasn't in this, and Precious said she didn't answer, she put her finger down. Exactly. She was like, thank you. So Laverne wasn't lying. It didn't seem like he was lying. Somebody put a plot up there. Okay, Capricorn Moon Goddess says there is no plot. It's part of the show to vote people you don't like. That is true, but I think what they're saying is they were plotting to vote him off sooner versus later, okay, when they should have been voted off Miss Corman. Worried about the wrong things, okay. What else? Girl, Carmen was a mess, ain't he? Y'all let Carmen come in, shake up things, and leave with somebody, man. Yes, child. But we're going to get into more. We are going to get into more next episode. And it seems like Carmen is actually going to share her side and kind of clear up a few things. So I don't know. Somebody up in there lying. I just don't know if it's Carmen or Precious. But somebody up there telling some lies. Okay. So there's that. That's all that I have for you guys on today. Again, we did not have an episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but there is a video uploaded of Miss Kiki over here on my channel. She went live last night, so you guys can feel free to go over and check that out if you have yet to do so. Okay. Now, girl, I'm trying to see how was y'all watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, girl. I wanted to do a watch along, but you know I can't show the actual show over here on YouTube because YouTube not gonna have that. Okay. But I did want to do a watch along, so I'm over here thinking about that. What are you all's thoughts? You guys want to do a watch along? Let me know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Now, if I got to show the actual screen, we're going to have to figure out, another way to watch it. But I don't know. I wanted to do that with you guys where we watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. It has been over, a year since we've had the show. So the show is finally back. So you know what? I was thinking that this cat rocks. Yes, that was actually my first thought, which was to do it on TikTok. But I'm trying to figure out how I can show my screen. Okay, I'm like, I need to be able to show you guys the actual footage. Okay, so I think I might do it two ways. I think I got an idea of how I'm gonna do it. I may have to test that theory today. So I can show my screen on TikTok, and will y'all be able to see me too if I show it? Will y'all be able to see me as well? Because, I want y'all to be able to see my reactions while we watch it. You see what I'm saying, girl? So y'all make sure y'all following me over there on the TikTok. Let me know. Just simply let me know if I share it, if y'all will be able to see me as well. I'm going to have to test some things out and see what they say. Okay, on TikTok Live. Okay, because it's like, I'll have to share it like it's a screen, like it's behind me or something, right? Ain't it, child? It's just so it's girl, it's confusing and it's annoying as hell. Hear what I say? Very. So I'm gonna try it tonight, y'all. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna go with my first thought. We'll probably just do it on TikTok. So y'all make sure that you all follow me over there on TikTok, bro, and we're gonna figure out some things, okay? We're gonna figure out some things. I do have Twitch as well, so y'all can definitely follow me over there too. We're gonna figure out some things. Don't worry about it. We're gonna figure this thing out, okay? Absolutely. They will snatch that thing down real quick. Like, get over here. No, ma'am. Okay. But yes, we're gonna try to do some things, guys. Hopefully so. Yeah, we'll try to do some things, get into some things tonight. All right. But again, that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Please feel free to hit that like button. Also subscribe if you have yet to do so. Okay. Make sure you go over to my backup channel, which is That's Me Jamie. Go ahead and subscribe over there as well. Okay. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.